say whatever.
Well, patrons of CFS Co-op, I'd like to welcome you here today. I'm here with one of my fellow board members, Marvin Spindler. My name is Charlie Johnson. I'm currently serving as your board president. Marvin has been a member of our board of directors ever since the inception of CFS and many years before with Central Valley. And we're just going to give you a few points on why we feel we should have more interest in people actually wanting to represent their co-op being CFS, and we're just wondering if there's a way that we can, I guess, incite more interest in being a board member. I've been a member of CFS, and preceding that, I was with WFS, serving as chairman there for several years also. And enjoying every minute of the fiduciary duties of being a director, to me, has really enlightened my education in working with Merlin and the staff and understanding the financial ins and outs of actually how a co-op actually operates. It's been a very enlightening experience for me. And I would, actually, to be a board member, we meet once a month, either virtually or in person. COVID has actually changed, actually, some of our meeting processes. We meet once a month, and we also have CHS meetings in the wintertime, AGP, and actually we work closely with Land O'Lakes, being our regional cooperatives, which actually brings some of our business base back to CFS. And if you care to get more involved, you can actually aspire to be a member of the executive committee, which requires a little more time again, and that is entirely up to. But we just would ask that people take pride in your co-op. We at CFS really would enjoy if we could get more people interested in being a board of directors. And I'll turn it over to Marvin Spindler.
Good morning.
Marvin, your thoughts also.
Yes, it's been a real honor for me to serve our co-op and our patrons, and that's what's really interesting is the relationship between our co-op and our patrons. And you are not just a customer, you are a part of this whole project, the whole business, and that's what makes me think that there is somebody else out there that would love to be a board member, to represent more farmers, to sit on this board, to help the management make decisions and make our co-op more profitable, and therefore a better run co-op, and it'd be better for all of our patrons. And that's the important thing. Some of the things we have to do is not think about today's business. We have to find the forethought to think about what's going to happen in our ag world in the next 5, even 10 years. We have to try and think that far out, what changes are coming. How does the co-op have to address them changes, and where we need to go and what we need to be? That's a lot of the things that we do as a board. There's a lot of thinking involved, but through all of that process, there's a lot of learning goes on, and that's what excites me, because then I have some say in the place that I do business with, which I think is one of the greatest things in this world. When we buy from somebody, we don't know who they are or what they are. All we do is worry about if they can deliver. Well, there's more to that at our co-op, a lot more. So I would invite anybody and everybody that is a member, an ag producer, to get involved, to run for our board of directors, because there is going to be change, and we need some new faces, some new thoughts, and we would welcome that. So I guess that's what I'm thinking of at the moment. Charlie, you got a little more?
Actually, I guess I would like to go talk about some of the parameters of being a board member. And, most of our duties are fiduciary. And we actually work with the financials, and actually we actually only have one employee that we really are in charge of at the board, and that's currently our CEO, general manager, Merlin Kruger, and we do not have jurisdiction over the rest of the employees. So I guess that's sometimes a misnomer that I can see. And we actually working with the different divisions. as far as trying to keep all of our divisions profitable. And I'll give you a chance to respond to that as far as some of our divisions and how actually some of the divisions actually operate differently than others.
Oh, very much so. And it has changed in the last few years. Agronomy used to be one of our most profitable businesses, and today it's the least profitable. And you sit here on the board and you try to figure out what went wrong or what's going wrong or what needs to change. And that's one of the stresses as a board. I don't call it stress, but it's a challenge. And to me, it's a neat challenge because we have the ability to make changes, not as far as how it's run on a daily basis, but how things shape up and financially how it's taken care of. And one of the financial parts of it is the replacement of equipment. We approve the major capital expenses on an annual basis, and the management has to follow that. So if we as a board don't feel that we should spend much this year, we have the say-so. If we think there's something that's needed, we can pipe in and say this and tell our manager to do that. And that's one of the things we do as a board member. And so, any more, Charlie?
Actually, one of the things I think, the main duty of us as a board of directors of CFS is to protect our members' equity. That to me is the key. I guess, and in closing, Merlin, I guess I would like to just extend an invitation for somebody, if they have any interest at all in being a board member, contact one of your local board members. Contact myself, Charlie Johnson, or Marvin, or anyone else that currently sits on the board if you actually want a little more insight on what it involves and the time that it takes to be a board member. And it's just a feeling of gratification, and it's made me very proud to be able to serve as the chairman of CFS and in serving our members in a way that I feel has been both fiduciarily successful here. As we look at our balance sheet, our balance sheet at CFS is extremely strong. And I guess in closing, I just want to say thank you for the time to be able to visit with you. And Marvin, the floor is yours.
You can find our contact information on the website under the board of directors. And don't be afraid to call us. Many people do call me, and I welcome more calls. That's just part of being a director and trying to make our co-op better for you. So if you have interest, give us a call, or call anybody on the management team. They'll find a way to help you get to us. So thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Marvin. Thank you for your time today.